In the dry plains of Africa, a figure lurks in the tall grass. Powerful shoulders, thick jaws, eyes that watch and wait. But if you ask most people what it is, you'll probably hear the same word. Scavenger. A thief. A coward. A joke. But that is where the misunderstanding begins. Because the creature you're thinking of isn't just a scavenger. It's one of the most lethal, intelligent, and dominant predators on the planet. This is the true story of the spotted hyena. Hyenas have a bad reputation. Movies paint them as filthy sidekicks, lurking in the shadows of lions, cackling with cowardice. But in reality, spotted hyenas are nothing like the stereotype. They are apex predators, engineered by evolution to survive and dominate. And they don't just clean up after the kill, they often make it. Let's start with the numbers. A pack of hyenas, called a clan, can have up to 80 members. That's not a group, that's an army. And when they hunt together, they take down prey far larger than themselves. Wildebeest, zebras, even young hippos. Using coordination, endurance, and sheer numbers, they run their prey to exhaustion. They attack from behind. They anticipate moves. They surround. It's not chaotic. It's strategy. Still think they only scavenge? In some regions, scientists found that hyenas make up to 95% of their own kills. That's right, they're more efficient hunters than lions. And unlike big cats, they can eat everything: flesh, skin, bone, and cartilage. Their jaws are among the strongest in the animal kingdom, crushing bone like it's dry twigs. Nothing is wasted. Nature's most efficient cleanup crew? Maybe, but it's only because they leave no trace behind. But hunting is only the beginning of their power. Because hyenas aren't just deadly, they're smart. In fact, some scientists believe spotted hyenas are as cognitively complex as primates. They solve puzzles. They plan attacks. They learn from experience. And perhaps most impressively, they live in one of the most brutal and complex social systems in the animal kingdom. In a hyena clan, power isn't about size or strength. It's about lineage. It's about dominance. And it's led by a female. In fact, in hyena society, females dominate males completely. They are larger, more aggressive, and more feared. Even the lowest-ranking female outranks the highest-ranking male. And every cub inherits its mother's social status from birth. But this hierarchy comes at a cost. Cubs born to low-ranking mothers often die young. They get less food, less protection. And inside the den, siblings fight to the death. Hyena cubs are born with eyes open and teeth already in. And within hours, they may begin attacking each other. In twin births, often, only one survives. The winner gets to live. The loser becomes a memory. It's nature at its most raw. To us, it may seem cruel. But to a hyena, it's survival. From birth, they are taught to climb, claw, and compete. Because in the world of the spotted hyena, power isn't given, it's taken. But here's the part that makes scientists and wildlife experts pause. Hyenas remember, not just individuals, but relationships. They recognize clanmates by voice and smell, form long-term alliances, and even cooperate with individuals they trust. They're not mindless pack hunters. They're players in a social game, each one aware of their position and how to rise. Still think they're just cackling cowards? Hyenas don't just laugh. They communicate with over 11 distinct vocalizations. And their infamous laugh is actually a stress signal used when they're fighting or competing for food. Each laugh carries unique pitch and rhythm, revealing the age, rank, and emotional state of the caller. It's not noise. It's language. And if you think you've seen everything there is to know about hyenas, you haven't. Power. In the hyena world, it's not earned. It's inherited and enforced. You're not just born into a clan. You're born into a battlefield. And for the spotted hyena, the first fight begins before you ever leave the den. Let's start at the beginning. A hyena birth. But be warned, this is not a gentle entrance into the world. Hyena cubs are born through the same opening they urinate and mate from, a long, narrow canal inside the female's pseudopenis. Yes, you heard that right. It's one of the most bizarre and dangerous adaptations in the animal kingdom. And it comes at a cost. Up to 60% of first-time hyena mothers die giving birth. And so do many of their cubs. Why does evolution allow such a brutal system? Because in hyena society, female dominance is absolute. And the anatomy that causes dangerous births is the very thing that makes them powerful. They produce 3 times more testosterone than males. They are larger, more aggressive, and socially superior. Even the structure of their bodies reflects their control. In a clan of hyenas, the matriarch rules. But power doesn't protect you from betrayal. Even among females, the fight for status never ends. You can rise, but you can fall just as quickly. And nowhere is this more visible than in the daily life of the clan. Imagine this. You're a young female cub, born to a mid-ranking mother. You get access to milk, protection, respect. But if your mother is challenged and loses, you fall with her. You're bitten, ignored, shoved aside at kill sites. Rank isn't just your identity, it's your survival. And some hyenas? They'll do anything to keep it, even if that means killing their own. Infanticide is common. Low-ranking mothers may sneak into dens and kill the cubs of higher-ranking rivals, especially females, because fewer high-ranking females mean less competition. It's cold, it's calculated, and it works. This is not a world of mercy. This is a world of dominance, deception, and opportunity. And yet, despite all this brutality, hyenas don't thrive alone. They rely on cooperation, communication, and memory. They recognize each individual in their clan. They remember past interactions. They repay favors, and they punish betrayal. In fact, researchers have documented strategic alliances within clans, especially among females. Sometimes 2 mid-ranking females will team up to challenge a dominant matriarch. They won't strike right away. They'll wait, observe, watch for weakness, and when the moment comes, they strike. A new hierarchy is born. Loyalties shift, power resets, and the clan moves on. But not every challenge succeeds. Because the alpha female, she doesn't rule by fear. She rules by control. She allocates food. She breaks up fights. She leads hunts. Her cubs eat first. Her voice is heard above all. And sometimes, she doesn't just defeat her challengers. She exiles them. A hyena without a clan is as good as dead. Outside the group, you have no backup, no access to kills, no den, no future. Exiled hyenas often die from starvation or injury, but sometimes they find another clan. If they're male, they might be accepted eventually. If they're female, almost never, because in the hyena world, females stay, males roam. When males reach sexual maturity, they leave their birth clan and attempt to join another. But it's not easy. They're forced to submit to every female, even the cubs. They may be denied food, beaten, ignored, can take years to gain acceptance. But if they're patient, if they endure, they may one day be allowed to mate. All of this, from violent births to strategic alliances, paints a very different picture than the hyenas you thought you knew. These are not mindless scavengers. These are intelligent, social, and ruthless animals, built to thrive in a system that seems harsh, but has kept them alive for millions of years. And here's the kicker. Despite their complexity, their adaptability, and their dominance, hyenas remain one of the most misunderstood animals on Earth. But how did they get this way? What forces shaped their evolution? What ancient adaptations made them capable of digesting anthrax, breaking bones, and surviving drought and disease? For millions of years, the African plains have shaped killers. Cheetahs built for speed, lions built for strength, crocodiles built for ambush. But one predator survives not with flash, but with endurance, intelligence, and adaptation. The spotted hyena, feared, mocked, underestimated, yet still standing, and perhaps more than any other predator, built to last. What makes hyenas so unstoppable? Let's start with their most terrifying tool, their bite. With a bite force over 1,100 pounds per square inch, spotted hyenas can crush bone like it's a breadstick. Skulls, ribs, femurs, nothing is off limits. And unlike cats, who rely on sharp canines for quick kills, hyenas use sheer pressure. They grind, they pulverize, they consume the entire carcass. Nothing goes to waste. But it's not just what they eat, it's how they survive what others can't. Their stomachs are biochemical factories. Spotted hyenas can digest bone, rotting flesh, hooves, even meat infected with anthrax. Let that sink in. Where most animals would drop dead, hyenas walk away with a full belly. Why? Because their gut has evolved to withstand extreme microbial loads, making them one of nature's best biohazard processors. Their immune system is just as brutal as their bite. Research shows hyenas have extremely high resistance to deadly pathogens. Anthrax, rabies, tuberculosis. While other predators die from infection, hyenas heal fast. This makes them not just apex predators, but apex survivors. They thrive in landscapes riddled with disease, rot, and ruin, because they're not afraid of death. They feed on it. But there's another weapon in the hyena arsenal, one most predators can't match: endurance. A hyena clan can run down prey over vast distances. They don't ambush, they outlast. Their heart and lung capacity rivals that of wild dogs. And when the chase begins, they don't stop until the prey drops. Even if it takes miles, even if it takes hours, they'll keep going. Because evolution built them to win the long game. Still calling them scavengers? Here's the truth. Lions scavenge just as often. Sometimes more. In fact, studies show that lions steal kills from hyenas more often than the reverse. Hyenas don't hide in the shadows. They challenge. They fight. They take back what's theirs. And more often than not, they win. But perhaps what makes the hyena truly special is not just what it is, but what it's become. Because while other predators rely on brute force or ambush, hyenas evolved a different path. Adapt or die. They adapted to harsh terrains. They adapted to toxic food. They adapted to social warfare. And they survived. For over 10 million years, hyenas have hunted, scavenged, climbed, and clawed their way through every challenge. And they're still here. So next time you see one, laughing in the distance, remember, that laugh isn't comedy. It's code. It's survival. It's a legacy. Behind those eyes is a mind built for memory, strategy, and dominance. And beneath that spotted fur is a body forged by heat, hunger, and hardship. The spotted hyena is not a villain. It's not a joke. It's not a sidekick to lions. It's a queen, killer, a genius, a mother, a fighter, a masterpiece of evolution. If this series helped change the way you see hyenas, like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Because here at Secret Animal Kingdom, we tell the stories behind the myths. We celebrate nature's most misunderstood creatures, and we honor the wild in all its brutal beauty. Hit the bell for more cinematic wildlife stories that go deeper than the surface. Because there's always more to the animal kingdom than meets the eye.